Do a video today to show you how to fit a snorkel on a Land Rover Defender. So this is a Puma type later Defender, 2012 this one. It's got the air filter on this side, so the air intake is on this grill here, and there's ducting already, so the snorkel's going to go up here. So this is what you get in the kit. You've got a template here. You do have to drill 3 holes in the wing, and this is the template here with the 3 holes, but there are some where you don't have to drill, but actually this gives a neater job. I'll show you in a minute. This is the foam gasket that goes between the wing and the snorkel. We've got 3 threaded studs that go into the and on one end they've got a hexagon fit in there for inserting those, that go into the back of the snorkel. Okay, this is where your air intake is. Here's the 3 nuts and washers that go on to these studs, and then further up the snorkel you see you've got there's 3 captive nuts in there with 3 bolts and washers, and that bolts to a bracket, so you have to drill the pillar, your windscreen pillar, to bolt this bracket to. You've got a gasket there, and you've got the 4 screws that bolt into the windscreen pillar there, and then you've got the snorkel top and the debate that goes with that as to which way you point it, but we'll have that debate later. Right, so yeah, you've got the clamp there to clamp the snorkel top onto the snorkel. Right, what sort of tools will you need? We've got some things over here lined up. We're going to need some masking tape, a centre punch. We've got a little bent screwdriver here for getting the side grill out. We've got a pen for marking, a spanner for tightening the bolts, this sort of little snake's tongue tool for removing the wheel arch just to get the nuts on. We've got some thread lock, we'll use some of that. Oh, and a drill, we've got the drill here. So yeah, let's make a start. Right, Kate, can I give you the camera? So we need to remove the side vent. Now you can get a little tool in, but we're worried about scratching the paint, so we've got one of these little bent screwdrivers. We're just gonna put that in through onto the mesh and pull that out. I'll show you how these fix in, and I'll just give it a little pull at the top. So it's pretty primitive really. If I put my hand behind so you can see, you've got these little pegs, and just straight pegs, and they dock into these little rubbery sort of holes here, and it literally is just a push fit. And then you can see you've got this air intake system here which funnels the air along into the wing and into the air filter. So we're going to put the snorkel on here. Right, let's remove the wheel arch. So if you come around the other side, Kate, we'll just show. So what we've got here is this outer wheel arch actually comes with the first couple of inches of the wheel arch liner, and it's held in place with these little pop clips that you can see here. And the trick is to get the tool up behind here. Let me put the light down, hopefully you can still see it if I do that. That's it. Okay, and there's a series of these, and you've got to get the tool in behind here and get these out. I'll show you how these work once I've got one out. Okay, so you've got a little pin here. Now that they're a bit of a pain to take out, but basically when the pin goes in, it pushes these 3 prongs that spread it out, so it's like a plastic rivet. Now you will break a couple of these as you pull them out, because it's very hard to pull that central pin out, and you end up just trying to force them out, and then yeah, you'll be okay. We got about 9 out of 10 of them came out okay. And why we need to take that off is just to give us access in behind here when we want to get the nuts on the back of the studs on for the 3 fixings behind there. So right, we'll get the template in place now, and we'll get ready. So what we've done is, obviously this is the template that shows where we need to drill the holes, and it marries up with the outline of the vent. So what we've done is we've put some tape already on the wing here underneath. So what we're going to do is mark onto the tape the positions we need to drill. So we'll take the template in place. So we just So got the template in place, and then we can draw onto the tape where we need to put it. Okay, so that's all we need the template for now. We're done with the template. Okay, so we now need to drill some pilot holes in the centre of these holes here. And obviously having the tape is good. A, we can see where we're marking, and secondly, the drill is not going to wander off. It's going to keep the drill central. So we're just going to give it a little tap just to mark the centre. The top. Okay. And then we're going to drill with a small diameter drill to start with. So, don't want to be on hammer. Check out. Okay, so I'll drill out those three now with this pilot drill, and then we'll come back. We've drilled out these holes here, and we've checked that the snorkel fits. And what we've now got to do is mount the bracket on this top. So we're going on the pillar. So again, we're going to do the same as we did before. Put masking tape up the pillar, so we can mark it and drill it without the drill wandering. Okay, and then we can offer up the snorkel now. So we haven't fitted these in fully yet, we've just put those in hand tight just for trial fitting. We put the bottom one in there, the top one in there, and then if it all lines up right, that top one should fit in. And then if you come around the other side, Kate, so we can see how we've configured the bracket here. So we've bolted the holes in, bolted the bolts into the holes, and then we're going to locate that on there and mark those holes ready to drill. So I can hold all that there. Where did I put my pen? Okay. So again, just push that back to line it up, and then mark the holes like so. Okay, and we'll take that off and we'll have a look how to remove the interior trim. That's what we'll do next. Okay, so we've drilled the holes in the windscreen pillar. Now you've got two choices. The kit comes with self-tapping screws, but this top windscreen frame is actually cast. So you could drill and tap the holes and put threaded bolts in. But we're going to go with the self-tappers. The other thing to mention is, come inside the car, we did remove the trim panel. So there's a trim panel here held on with two crosshead screws, and you need to remove that because there is some wiring on some vehicles going up to the headlining, and you don't want to be drilling through going into the headlining. So we've removed that. Okay. Now the other thing we've done is we've put some primer around these holes because the top part is actually steel, so it could rust. When we drilled the wing down here, we weren't so worried about that because that's aluminium and that one's not going to rust. So we're going to put that on now and screw this bracket on with the screws provided. If I get the right screwdriver. Cheers. Okay, well, don't do the first one too tight because you might need a little bit of room to get those. So we'll get those other screws in and then we'll come back and see you when that bracket's back on. We've got the bracket mounted on the windscreen pillar now, so we're now ready to start assembling it. So we'll take these studs that we've put in finger tight for now, and what we'll do is we're going to put some thread lock on these to stop them vibrating loose. The nuts that go on the other ends of these studs have got Loctite on them already. Okay, so we'll just put a bit of that on there. Thread that in. and make sure obviously you've got two ends to these studs. One end you've got the head for the Allen key, and the other end's a flat end, so you need to make sure you put it on the right end. Okay, oh, was that the right one for that? Yep. Okay, so then just make sure there's no need to over tighten them, but make sure they're just nipped up to the end. Right, then it's the gasket, which is going to form the seal between the air intake and the wing. Okay, so this is a self-adhesive. Okay, now most of the time it's being clamped between the wing and the snorkel, so we don't need to worry too much about cleaning it. Okay, and the studs should guide us into the right location. That one there hasn't popped out. Okay. Guide that over that third stud. Okay. Press that firmly into place, and then we're ready now to offer this up. Remove the tape. Carefully got to offer that up into position there. Okay. First one, second one, top one, okay. And then what we'll do is we'll hold that in place, and I'll get one of the nuts on from the underside. Okay, so we fitted it on, and we've got the nuts at the back. The bottom two nuts are easy enough to get on from the underside here, and I've got a little small socket set, and you'll see now that the gasket in between the wing is compressing. The top bolt, you need to come in from the top. You can put your hand in through the back under here and get the nut and tighten that with a short extension into there. So we've got that done now. Now what we're going to do is get out the top and put the top on. Okay, so final touch now, we're all tightened up. It's pulled it all in nicely against the wing. We've refitted the wheel arch, and the final job is to put the hat cap on. So there is some debate as to whether you have it facing forward, but some people say you could get a sort of water gush going in, and some people say you should fit it backwards. You can do either. We're going to fit it forwards. We've put the clip around the side so it's more out of sight. Okay, so it's just a standard type hose clip. Okay, so there we go. That's the job finished.